Did you know Tom and Dan have been putting on a free beer fest for over 11 years now? And did you also know that when they die, this beer fest dies with them because most people would rather die than organize a free beer fest? It's funny, because it's true. It's the 2025 Tom and Dan Bad at Business Beer Fest, November 22nd. Wristbands for tasting and doors open at noon. The first 500 people receive a free gift bag with their sample cup. Beer starts flowing at 2 p.m. You must have a valid photo ID, no exceptions. Vendors, booths, food trucks, live music, and all of this in the heart of beautiful downtown Sanford. All presented by attorney Mo DeWitt at justcallmo.com. It's the 2025 Tom and Dan Bad at Business Beer Fest, November 22nd. Everyone will be there, unless they die. Please don't die.
Hey. Let's talk cheesecakes. I'm gonna say what I say. I'm not really a cheesecake guy, and neither is my daughter. But we are now. Because Corny's cheesecakes are fucking great. My daughter's been really fancifying it out. This week, she's been taking a tiny piece of cheesecake in her lunch every day. Pretty awesome. Oh, you don't have to say thank you. Thank you for giving me a cheesecake. And they're baby cheesecakes. They're like this big. Like that. So that you don't feel like a total fat ass when you open it up. but it's so good. Jen, I'll drive you one over. I believe in the product. All right, we got Wicks. I got him. That thing's working now, T. See what happened? They moved it to the corner instead of it being in the center. Do you see it in the bottom corner? It says that was the problem. It used to be the alert would be in the center. They just changed. It's the changing of things. Always changing things. Wicks. There he is. Hey, man. Oh, it looks like he's floating in. It looked like your ghost was floating in. I don't have any. There we go. Now we got sound. How you doing, man? Good to see you again.
Pretty good. How y'all doing?
Good, man. We'll get you in and out real good. I got to fire up one more little machine, and then we'll be good to go, man. Everything been good with the tour so far?
Yeah, everything's been good. I haven't had any complaints. So
yeah. Well,
you've been going good.
Anytime you can add shows, I feel like that's a no complaint tour, right? When you're like, well, they're selling, so let's add more.
Yeah.
You know, that's good, man.
Yeah.
All right, T. That was the last little button, and this little thing's gonna give me a warning, and then we should be good to go. Yep. There we go. All right, here we go. In 3, 2.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time. This gentleman's going to be at the Funny Bone.
Yeah.
With some comedian friends of ours.
Yeah, Mike Herlihy. You're going to have Ken Miller on this, I believe. The Friends of Wicks, which, oh, oops, I said who's on the line. Ladies and gentlemen, you know him, and we should probably ask if we should say the full.
One of the biggest Florida influencers, I would say.
I would say, when I think Florida influencer, I think he's top tier. I think he's the guy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's got to be top 3, if not. I don't know. Wicks, who's bigger than you in Florida?
I'm not even sure.
See, I think you're the guy. Yeah. I mean, flip phone.
Savannah's pretty big.
Different though. Different lane.
Yeah. She's not doing sketch comedy. You know,
she could, but she doesn't.
Biggest social media sketch comedy comedian in Florida.
Yeah,
I would say.
I will vouch for it. Hey, on the line with us right now. We talked to him a little while ago. If you missed him coming through town, well, guess what? You have another opportunity to go see him at the legendary and lovely Funny Bone on the 29th. Ladies and gentlemen, Wicks is on the line. What's up, man?
What up? How y'all doing?
Good to see you. See, now I feel like now we're inching into acquaintance, almost friends with Wicks now. Because we've talked to him a bunch. He knows all of our comedian buddies, you know. So, I mean, tell us, you started the tour when, and how many dates have you guys put together for Wicks and Friends?
So we started August, I want to say it's the first one. When I came on and talked to you the first time, it was, I believe, right before the first one. And then I want to say since then, it was supposed to be just a one-time thing. We've been in Naples. We did Tampa. We're back in Orlando. We're going to Stuart, Florida. We're going to the Villages. So we will be there. Early next year, we're going to Fort Pierce. So it's kind of been like everywhere. Tallahassee. We're trying to go to the Keys. We're trying to go to Polk County. We're trying to hit everywhere in Florida.
Yeah. Well, smart. You know, I mean, like, why not?
So, Wicks, I got a question for you because, like, how is it making the transition to the stage and in front of a live audience? Because I'll tell you, for like me and Daniel, I think people assume like, oh, you and Daniel, you talk to thousands of people every single day. You do a show every day. Just do that live. And then, you know, and we have before, but I tell people, I'm like, it is a different dynamic from what we do every day. Is me and Daniel in a room by ourselves talking through a mic. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? That's different than talking on a stage in front of a live audience.
True.
The different energy, the show changes.
Yeah, there's a different response. You're giving something and something's coming back.
Yeah, you know, you do sketch comedy on you know, all of your social media, and it's great, but how is that transition in front of a live audience?
It's a lot different because with sketch comedy, at least I have my costume, so I can like fall back. If I mess up, I can go redo it. When you're on stage, it's kind of, that's your one shot to make it happen. But I've been learning and having a lot of fun, you know, thanks to Mike and Ken and Dwayne. They've kind of been like guiding me through this whole, you know, stand-up comedy journey. So if there's things that they like, they'll be like, hey, do more of that. And if it's something they don't like, they'll be like, all right, we can cut that out. But they allow me to create my own jokes. They allow me to structure them. And then if they have like ideas here and there, they'll be like, just try it this way. So
you're
they've
one
been
of
helpful
one.
a lot.
You're a one of one. I don't think I've ever seen somebody doing this. He'll come to the comedians now and be like, okay, how do we fix this? And then they give you feedback, and then you actually listen to it. See, that's what makes you the number one, I think, in Florida, is I think truly the only way to succeed is to take some advice and use it. And that's probably the reason why you've been selling out shows. I mean, I think the response has been really good. In fact, I've read underneath there from people, there's got to be nothing better than when you read from people that are like, oh, I was out there last night and it was so much fun. Like, so, I mean, do you feel like you're getting better at it as you do it?
Yeah, I'm getting more comfortable. I remember the first show, I was like panicking. And then now I kind of go out there and it's like I'm having more fun. I'm interacting with the audience more. And then we kind of do the QA after, which is a lot of fun because they get to ask questions, and it kind of goes everywhere. You never know where the questions are going to go.
Well, you got Ken, Mike, Dwayne. I mean, like, it's not like you don't have a room of heavy hitters, too. Like, you stacked the deck and did it smart by bringing – I mean, Ken Miller is, like, when you think Orlando stand-up, I mean, he's the guy. That's that guy.
Yeah. Yeah, so even meeting him, like, when I first did my first show, it was more – I was more nervous to do it because of them, because they've been doing this for so long, and this is what they do. And then me just kind of stepping in, I didn't want to like disrespect the craft, which is what I always say. Like, I always want to learn and get better and actually learn how to do stand up rather
really
than
cool,
just being a social media influencer that kind of just sells, my social media presence, I guess.
Sure.
I actually want to give them.
I'm an old timer, so like, don't think that, man, I respect your respect, if that makes sense. Like, I like the fact that you're kind of trying to do it right in a way where you'll make more friends that way. I'll tell you that. Like, if you go in and you ask for advice, and like, you'll certainly be being more cohesive with the comedy, community is going to work in your favor, I feel like.
Yeah.
Wicks, I got a business question for you, because I'm curious. Like,
I could see your mind running over there.
You have an insane amount of followers on all your social media platforms, and me and Daniel, way less followers, but we get hit up with spam, like spam business, like. Oh, okay. So, like, there are tons of AI services that want to cut your content up and promote it, and tons of all this, like, and
automation services in the pod area, the influencer, the video space. It's real.
And then just people that want to get ads, and they're like, you want to monetize this, just spam after spam email, and and then sometimes there's a legitimate one. But sometimes they get lost in spam with people wanting to partner with you, and you're like, this is just a bot. How much of that do you get?
A lot. I probably read through about, in a day, I probably have to read through about 30 that actually don't even hit the spam, that actually hits my regular emails. So I'll go through like 30 of those emails, but I read them all because, like you said, there's times to where and I even go through the spam folder, because I actually found one of my biggest brand deals in a spam folder, because I'll just check it. And it happened to be a real brand deal with Planet Fitness. But
that's
like I said, I just read every one of them, and then I'll check the emails, because that's my other thing. Is I'll check the actual email, and I do a lot of research. So it's like I'll double and triple check before I even respond.
Interesting that Planet Fitness went into the spam folder. I mean, that's as legitimate as it gets.
Yeah, but
it happens sometimes.
They're so big, it probably triggered something, and that's the hard part about it. It's like sometimes you'll get a real one, and the same things happen to us too. It's like, I'll go back and be like, wait a minute, this one is not a bot, and it's actually like it's a person reaching out, but it looked like a bot.
I can't tell anymore.
And that's the thing. The AI is getting so good that it's inserting certain details about you and the show that it's getting close to tricking me. Like, I'm reading something and I'm like, wait a minute, they're mentioning the night show and how we're on the radio, and then as I'm reading through it, I'm like, this is a bot, but it has details that are really specific.
You kind of get impressed at that point. I had one that put in my real name and my birthday.
Yeah.
And they didn't name my kids, but they said that I had kids, and I was like, this is really good. This is really good stuff. I mean, you kind of got to get impressed sometimes with how far they go. But I normally, like I said, my go-to for everything is just check the actual email address, because there's a lot of things they can't fake with that. If it says it's like with an agency, I'll Google the agency and see if it's something real, or I'll find them on Instagram, the actual verified agency, and then I'll actually just inbox them and ask them myself. So I'm going to like triple check. So
Wicks, I also wanted to ask you, how have you settled in to your own small business work hours? Because this was another growing pain that me and Daniel...
Well, it appears he never stops.
Yeah, well, that's what it appeared, but I'm sure you can't just never stop because you'll burn yourself out and drive yourself crazy. You'll start hating what you do, and then you'll be like, why did I create a business that I hate going to?
A business president. Both of us are there right now.
No, but then you figure out the work hours that work for you because, like you say, you could do it yourself. So I'm curious to what those are.
Well, so I have my kids as well. So I'm like a full-time dad. Even right now, my son is asleep. So I have my 8-month-old, but I normally don't turn it off. It kind of, with me being a creative, it's kind of whenever I feel the spark. So there's days to where I'm not feeling it, but I can still fall back on those days. So I'll just take the day off. Normally I would try to fight through it. And that's when I started getting burnt out, is trying to fight through those days to where I'm not feeling it. But there's days to where I'm feeling it and I can knock out like 5 or 6 and my brain, I'll work from morning till night because I can't cut it off. But like I said, it kind of works because when those days that I'm not feeling it, I could be like, you know what, I did make this video, 2 days ago that could work. So
have you ever had a concept or something that you've gone to, try a sketch or some sort of a skit that you've written and it doesn't hit? And then maybe you've had another, like how good are you at being able to predict what's going to hit, or have you ever had a real stinker that you put out there and it just took off and you're like, well, thank God that took off, but I guess that went wrong. Does that ever happen to you?
Oh yeah, all the time. Most of some of my most viral videos are not anything that I'm like, not anything that I put any work in,
Gotcha.
Which is the crazy part. So I'll take 2 days to make a skit with like 5 different characters and it'll do okay. But then I'll make a video just talking about pool cages and why we have them in Florida and it'll do like 15 million. And it's crazy. So there's sometimes I'll be like, I'm gonna put out this video just to put it out and it'll do crazy numbers. And I'm like, but I spent 15 minutes doing it. So it's you predict.
And sometimes I understand that Tom's going to hate on this because this is where I become like a weird person believing in mysticism and magic. But I almost feel like if you weren't putting in the 5-day shoot with the 25 costumes and 25 different people helping you out, that you wouldn't get the easy one where you just like stood in front of a pool cage, opened up your flip phone, 15 million. Like I feel like if you weren't doing that, you wouldn't get the little one.
Like they both have to exist.
They both have to exist. Yeah, and I realize I have nothing. I can't prove that in any way, but it just feels like that.
Well, it's kind of like bands. Like throughout the years, we've always heard of bands say like our throwaway song was our greatest hit. And
okay, I'll give you a good example. Sugar Ray, and this I'm showing my old man, but it's a good example. The band Sugar Ray had been around for, I want to say almost like a decade.
Hardcore.
They were like a hardcore punk band, and then so they do the song "Fly" with what was it? What was his name?
Mark McGrath.
No, was it Danger Cat? It was a cat. It was a cat.
The other guy.
Yeah, the reggae guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, doesn't matter. But like that song, like that wasn't but it took off and like that's the song that made the band. And it was a complete weird song.
That's how it happens though. Like you just never know. You just make, and a lot of the times if you make a video and it might not be the best video and it might not even do great numbers, but there's something that can lead to a better idea. So someone could say something in the comments or you can have a conversation about the video and it may lead to something that's even better.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I mean, that's smart too. Use your audience to help fine tune your, your humor. That's a great idea, man.
They tell you what they want. So if you go to your audience, and a lot of creators are very, I don't know if it's like an ego thing, because I have a friend and he kind of is like, I'm going to do what I want to do. And I'm like, but your audience is telling you that they want this. So you're going to go against that. They're not going to watch it because they don't want this. So I'll try to, I'll compromise. I'll throw in something that, this audience wants and this audience. So I'll kind of blend it, I guess.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're using the knowledge you get. I mean, Tom would say in basic business, if you're not using the knowledge that you're getting back, your feedback, so to speak, then you're then you're a bad businessman, right?
Yeah.
If they're telling you things and you're not listening to it or actively denying it, That's not. Yeah, you're just doing it right.
Wicks, if you were going to give 3 pieces of advice to a upcoming influencer, and it's hard too because like there's so many micro details and things that go into why an influencer is successful. A lot of it is you and your personality, your comedy, what you knowing what what the audience wants.
He's a kind person,
yeah,
too, which
and
I think matters.
No, people see that.
You have to be a good person, I feel like, and also it makes people want to root for you.
It mixed in with so many other small things that it's impossible to build that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like
I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you couldn't tell someone, hey, do this, and you'll be
just like Wicks.
Just like me. It's like it doesn't work. We find it with podcasts too. It's like, no matter what, we could help someone start their podcast, give them all the information, and it's just random whether they're successful or not.
Sure.
But if you were going to give them 3 pieces of advice, what would you say?
And I know this is cliche, but stay consistent. That's the first.
No, that's important.
You got to stay consistent. There's going to be good times. There's going to be bad times, but you got to keep pushing through. I will say stay true to you. If you're playing a character, a lot of times, if somebody sees you out, that'll just ruin it for you. I had the third one, but it just slipped me. But stay true to you, be consistent, and never stop learning. Never stop learning. I will say that. A lot of people will get into this space and they think, oh, I already got it figured out, and then they'll stop learning. That's normally how the decline starts happening. I'm always trying to learn something new. Like y'all said, I even take criticism from people that watch me. I'll listen. I listen to everybody. So I would say never stop learning. Learn the algorithms, learn the content trends, and see how you can blend it with what you already do. So never stop learning, stay consistent, and be true to you.
Those are good. I mean, in that consistency and being true to you thing, how do you handle any negativity? Because regardless of how good, positive, or whatever you're doing, I think the internet is a place where it almost breeds some baseline negativity. How do you choose to handle it? Are you a block and move on guy, or are you I'll let it stay there, I'll read it, and then I'll compartmentalize it and move on?
It depends. So if it's just straight out hate, then I just block it and keep it moving. I get a lot of people that are content creators that's like, no, don't block them because that's engagement or whatever. But my first thing is protecting my peace, because I wouldn't be able to do what I do without my level of peace. So I always tell people, protect your peace. That one comment or that one like, it's not going to be worth your peace in the long run.
Especially if it bothers you.
And that's a good piece of advice.
And that's a really good piece of advice, because not everybody can handle it, right? Like, I'm certainly less suited for it than Tom is. Tom can handle it better. And protecting your peace is important, because that could be the difference between being creative or not being creative.
I hate peace. I like pure stress and chaos.
And war. You're a bit of a war guy.
War. Well, things get done with war. All right. Sorry. This nation was built on war. All right. Also, Wicks, I'm curious to how many times other influencers want to partner with you and do things, because I'm sure it happens so much and you can't do it all. And sometimes you're just like, man, I cannot, collaborate with this person, and you get hit up all the time. How do you, reject it in a polite manner? Because you're a nice guy, but you have to be realistic, and you can't collaborate with everyone.
It's true.
So what do you say to most people that want to collaborate with you, but you just don't have the time for it?
Normally, if I don't have time, the time, because most of them, like anybody that I meet, I let them know off top that I'm dad first. So that's always my thing, is I'm always dad first. And then, I produce my content, and I always let them know it's just me. It's not a team. It's not people handling emails or messages. It's literally all me. And a lot of times if our content doesn't align, then it's like it won't help either one of us. But like I said, I'm normally open to collab with anybody that's, if I'm a fan of them, or if I'm watching and I'm like, okay, this is creative, I can see something in this. I'll normally just collab with them, or I'll even reach out. I've reached out to a lot of people, and a lot of people think that they have to have a certain level of following. That's not true. I follow people that got 1,000 followers that I find very hilarious. That are some of my favorite accounts, and I don't understand why they're not bigger. But it's I guess it just depends on um, whether I feel like it'll we can mesh well and it'll
Yeah.
benefit both of us.
But you try to like keep it in a, I don't want to say like a family space, right? Like would there ever be a time when like maybe a creator reaches out to, maybe their content is just like, man, you're a little too adult, a little too blue, a little too maybe nasty, for lack of a better term. I mean, like, because you do want to protect your brand, right?
Yeah, that's always the biggest thing. I had a person that he's one of the biggest TikTokers, uh, like on the space. I think he has like 26 million, and he is like rebranding himself as very vulgar, cursing a lot. And he reached out to me to collab, and I'm like, I can't do it.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of people would have folded in that situation because they see his 26 million, but me, my brand and my audience, that it's more important than that collab.
Yeah.
Wow, I would have folded.
Yeah.
26 million wicks.
We come from a very long line of spineless folders.
I love folding and I love war.
Yeah, he named his son War Folder Van. Wicks, we love you, man. We can't wait to see you at the Funny Bone on the 29th. You got Wicks and Friends.
Yeah.
You can go there, meet your favorite Florida influencer, and he's a super nice guy. Like, look, we've met him multiple times, and you will not be disappointed. And the cool thing about you is, regardless of whether or not you're confident in your own skills, you stack the deck with so many great Florida funny people. You're a smart guy,
gonna be a
Wicks,
good show.
and we're big fans, man. So the 29th, what time's doors open, Tom?
Doors open at 7. I'm just guessing. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's 6 or 7. Yeah.
Let's roll with it.
Yeah.
You can go to the Funny Bones website and see, where you get your tickets. So, Wicks, we appreciate it, man. Good luck on the show, and we'll talk to you soon, okay?
Thank y'all so much. Y'all have a good one.
You
too,
too, man.
dude.
Have a great weekend. That's our buddy Wicks. He is doing it, man, selling them tickets at the Funny Bone.
All right, we will be right back.
Got it. All right, guys. We'll see you in about, I don't know, a little over an hour or so.
Yeah, we'll be back on right around noon.
I'll have some special